Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to my class. This is Sara Wasif from Moonlight International Publishers. I hope you all are fine and enjoying our digital lectures. Grade 2 students, kindly open your English textbook developed by Moonlight Publishers. Unit number 7. School is like our home. Before starting our reading and critical thinking competency, I just want to show you one picture. Look at this picture and tell what is happening. You can see that this is the picture of a classroom. Some students are sitting very nicely. They are listening to the teacher attentively. You can see that a student is raising the hand because he wants to give the answer. On the other hand, you can see that some students are fighting with each other during the lecture. Some students are making noise. And we all know the rules of classroom. That while sitting in the classroom, we should be very attentive. We should listen to the teacher carefully. We should focus what our teacher is teaching to us. And we should raise our hand before speaking. We should also respect our classmates. Do you follow the classroom rules? And which thing you like most in your classroom? Now it's time to start our reading session. Let's start. Umar was a good student. At school, he noticed that some students often wrote on the walls. Noticed means observe. He made up his mind to stop it. He knew that he could not do it by himself. So, he went to the principal and told him about it. The next day, the principal addressed the students in the morning assembly. Addressed means speak to. Dear students, this school is like our home and we should keep it clean. We should not write on the walls of the school building and on the walls of classroom. It is very bad habit to write on the walls. I hope nobody will do that again. The students felt sorry for their mistake. They apologized to the principal. Apologized means say sorry. They promised to keep the school clean, just like their own homes. Now, Umar is very happy. All the students keep the school clean just like their own homes. School is like our home. I hope students that you have understood this text very well. And we have learned that we should keep our classrooms clean as we keep our houses clean. Because our school is also like our home. Now it's time to think critically and give the answers of the questions being asked in our book. Who wrote on the wall? Now it's time to recall the text and give the answer of this question. And yes, obviously the answer is some students wrote on the wall. Next question. What did Umar say to the principal? Recall the text and give the answer of this question. And yes, students, the answer is Umar told the principal that some students used to write on the wall of the school building. Next question. What did the principal do? Recall the text and give the answer. And the answer is the principal addressed the students in the morning assembly and made them understand that it is the bad habit to write on the walls of the school. Next question. What did the students promise to do? And yes, the answer is the students promised the principal to keep the school neat and clean just like their own homes. Let's move to our next question. We have been given a word bank. And below that word bank, there are two columns. The first column is about the naming words and the second column is about the action words. Now it is our task to scan all the words and write the words in the relevant box. Let's start. The first word is frog. Think carefully and tell what is this word. Is it a naming word or an action word? Frog is a naming word. Well done. Jump. Jump is an action word. Swim. Swim is also an action word. Slide. Slide is an action word. Boy. Boy is a naming word. Tree. Tree is also a naming word. Pull. Pull is an action word. Come. Come is an action word. And the last word is tail. Obviously, tail is a naming word. Now student, it's time to move towards our next question. But before starting, I just want to show you one picture. Look at this picture and guess what it is. And yes, it is the picture of a clock. This clock is showing numbers. Along with the numbers, there are two hands, a big hand and a small hand. And yes, my dear students, the big hand of a clock shows minutes. On the other hand, the small hand of the clock shows hours. Now it's time to show your understanding. You have been given some clocks without the hands. And below each clock, you have been given the time. It's your task to draw the hands according to the time. Let's start. In the first clock, we have to show time as 3 o'clock. So, small hand will point out 3 and big hand will point out 12. Now it's 3 o'clock. Look at the next time, 5 o'clock. Small hand will point out 5 and big hand will point out 12. 2 o'clock. In the same way, small hand will point out 2 and big hand will point out 12. Now it is 2 o'clock. I hope students that you have understood how you can use hands to point out the time. Now you are going to make hands according to the times. Let's do it by yourself. Let's move to the next question. Just look at this picture. What is it? It is a calendar. Do you know why do we use calendars? If don't know, so I am going to tell you that we use calendar because it tells us about months, days, weeks, dates and days. It tells us about special days too. We all know that there are 12 months: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. So each calendar has 12 columns. In each columns we have 7 rows because we have 7 days in a week, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Now let's start working on the calendar. Which month comes after June? Just look at this calendar and scan the month of June and you have to find out the month which comes after June. So it is July. In which month do we have our Independence Day? And yes students, we all know the date of independence, that is 14th August 1947. So it means our Independence Day month is August. In which month do you celebrate your birthday? Think about your birthday month and just encircle in the calendar. How many weeks are there in a month? Just look at the calendar and get the answer. And yes, we can say that a month lasts till 4.5 weeks. I hope students that you have understood our today's lecture very well. We have completed reading and critical thinking competency of this unit. Now it's time to say Allah Hafiz to all of you, but don't forget to join me because our rest of the competencies are still left. Till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.